Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Glass Garden is a button shy game, and button shy games usually come in like a little wallet. There are 18 cards in the game, and that's kind of their motif, if you will. They're going to try to see what you can do with 18 cards. Most of the games are solo, not all of them, but a lot of them are, and this one happens to be a solo experience. This plays more like a puzzle. Like, okay, I know how much time I got for the animal to go through the track. How can I line these cards up to match the icons in order to flip another card, which will give me icons? So all the icons are not available at the beginning. That is a brilliant game design. They were all there. It's just I could more kind of figure it out. Now I got to be like, okay, these two cards are next to each other, so I really need that icon, but it's on the other side of the card. So how do I get that card flipped? Okay, I got this card here and this card here. I got to get everything together. And it becomes a nice little puzzle that you're going to have. You're going to have 4 different animals that come with it, and that's going to change up the variability and the replayability to the game. Each animal is going to do damage in a certain way, so they will be kind of manipulating the cards. There is one that does nothing. It's just a solid, pure version of this game. But the other ones are going to start flipping the cards and moving them, what's called damage, as you go through. You're on a timer with the game, so you're going to have like 9 turns in the game, I believe. Each turn you have 2 actions, and you're going to be trying to moving those up. Now, the scoring is important too, because once you flip them over to be a plant, you got to get them up higher in order to score the maximum amount of points. And you're going to do that by flipping over the glass cards on the edge of the board. So you really not only want to flip those cards over, you want to flip them over on the edge in certain locations to get that glass bonus in the sunlight phase. And it comes together in a really good package. When I first played it, I was like, okay, this is interesting. But I immediately wanted to get it back to the table. And I immediately kept wanting to play it. And there's a chart for your points. And I immediately kept wanting to get more and more of those points in order to get higher up on that chart. The first time I scored like 4 points. And then I was up to, I believe, like 14 at my highest one. This is a really fun little game. I like these little solo games. They're very portable. You know, if you're at a game night and you're waiting on your buddies to show up, you can just pop this out, you know, play a couple hands. It's really fun. If you got if you wanted to watch like the football game and you want something going on, this is a great. Sometimes I just like sitting down and playing a solo game, and this will definitely be in the rotation for me. Glass Garden's an absolute winner for me. Excellent choice. So here's my copy of Glass Garden. It came with like a white piece of paper. I cut it on accident when I was getting it out of the shipping. But it came in a little bag, and it had the 18 cards that you're going to see. You can see that it has the graphic art here on the bottom. And some really dreamy artwork on this one. A snail, worm, an ant, etc. that you see here. So pretty good stuff here for the components. 18 cards. Usually it comes in a little wallet. Mine didn't come with a wallet, but you can see the cards. The cards feel good. Very good stock on these cards. I liked them quite a bit, and I kind of like the dreamy look of the artwork. So great job there. So here's the rule book. You're going to see the picture of the components here, which is great. Setup. I really like this visual representation, and then a green box here that will kind of show you how everything kind of fits together in there. Then on the next page, you're going to see what you're actually be doing on gameplay, applying the critter damage, the succulents that you're going to have here in your little chart, which is really nice. And then an example of play. I always love examples, especially. I don't like new rules and examples, but I like how they kind of show you with arrows coming down exactly what you're doing. It can help you visualize it. Sometimes it helps me to actually take the cards and put them out and play them, but this right here can help me with that, the end of game and how to score up, which the button shy games normally do. Very good rule book. I was able to read it one time, was able to kind of grasp everything, was able to play it without any issues at all. You're going to have 6 glass cards, which will be a dark side and a sunlight side. You're going to have your critter cards here. That will be double-sided. And you're going to have your plant cards here that are double-sided. Your snail side and your succulent side. You're going to shuffle up the 8 plant cards. Soil side up. And you're going to set those aside. You will choose one critter for the game. Snail, worm, ant, or fly. Let's use the ant for this example. And then you're going to take your guy over here, followed by the 8 plant cards. So you'll put those out kind of like this. And then you'll have your row of 8 plant cards and your animal card over here. And then you're going to put the 3 glass cards on the sides of each of this. So you kind of have yourself set up like this. So here's the game set up. You're going to have your 3 bottles on the dark side, the glass. You're going to have your animal here. and then you're going to have your plants randomly set in here. On a turn, if you look here on your animal, it'll tell you what direction the plants can move, and it can't go past the critter. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get these icons to match up to the best that you can. So for one action, I can move this up here, and I could move it all the way down as long as it doesn't go past the critter. And then I have 3 of these in a row. So that's my 2 actions, one to move up and one to move over. I could have picked any different card if I wanted to. So the card, I got the 3 like water drops will be this card, and then I can flip this over. Because I flipped it over next to the glass, that will be flipped over the sunlight phase. And it says I can swap 2 plants in the same row, exchange exact position. So the good thing is that the majority of mine are in the same row. So I want to start seeing, maybe, do I have another lightning? Maybe this one. I could probably do something with that pretty soon. So what I might do is I might swap these 2 for right now based on that card. Now we're going to go to the damage. So it says meat cost, flip the succulent. We did that. Damage 1 furthest plant on both sides. So the ant can only damage something in the top and middle row, but never this bottom row. Think of it as a 3x9 grid. If there were any here, it would skip, so it will damage this one, moving it down 1 location. That's what the damage is going to do. And then it'll tell you here, the 4th step, advance the critter, shift him right, and flip him over. So he will go over this way. And now we'd go back to the beginning where we can take 2 actions. Now the game's going to end when the critter gets to this side of it, or he cannot advance anymore, which will be then. Then you'll proceed to the sunlight phase, and any of these cards that you were able to flip over, take 1 extra move action, you would do whatever actions that are on them. Then if you meet the cost of succulent, you can turn them over, and then you will score here. So 2 points for everything in the top row, 1 for the middle, none for the bottom, and then you will score up and see how good that you did. And that's a quick overview of how you play Glass Garden. Who should buy this game? Anybody who likes solo gaming. I mean, it's a solo game, so you have to fit into that. The theme will bring some people in, and then the puzzly nature of this one. I feel like there's a lot going on, a lot of variability in the different animals that I can progress through it. I like this one quite a bit. I'm going to tell you, if you like solo game at all, check this one out, Glass Garden.